Hello and welcome to the Inbetween Podcast. I'm your host, Joe Scott. I'm joined by Tony Tones at RT. How are you, Tony?
Hello, it's a fifth day of Advent.
So this week we're going to be talking about, did Tony's PC unblow up?
Oh, I have a story.
We got some Lego. I've been playing some of the new games that have been coming out. I've been watching some good anime, and we'll talk about the Steam Awards because it's my it's the Steam Awards is Joe Rage Bait, so I can complain. It's like, you know, when the Game Awards comes out every year and everyone's like, oh man, I can't believe these critics chose this to be the best game. If they let the people vote for what the best game was, it would be the best. And then I look at the Steam Awards and I'm like, nope, this definitely would not have been a good idea.
The thing is, as well, like, we're not even in like the most awful time to be annoyed at the Steam Awards. That comes later.
Yeah, but we'll just talk about it.
Pre-annoyance. Yeah.
We're getting the recaps. We haven't got the Steam recap yet. That's yet to come, where I get to say, hey, I was playing a bunch of new games, and Tony was playing Stellaris on repeat.
No, I don't think it'd be.
You got Space Marine 2 this year, didn't you, as well?
Yeah, so Space Marine 2 and Tabletop Simulator, and not much of Stellaris this year. And I'm going to Minecraft alongside. I'm going to be like,
I'm going to complain because last year I was playing Games Pass, and this year I've been playing Switch 2. So it's like, well, those games aren't on there. I don't think Switch does a recap thing. I got my Twitch recap again. It was like, you were watching Twitch for 366 days a year. And I'm like, well, I broke the laws of physics.
Yeah, I've only been 24 unique days visited. So,
and this year, Spotify thought I was a 68-year-old man, apparently, according to my Spotify listening.
Yeah.
So there it is. Old man confirmed. OG Summer.
I'm 27, so I'm 4 years younger.
Because I listen to like fucking technical jazz and like 70s, 80s songs, and it's like no one under the age of 68 would be listening to this.
Yeah.
But anyway, should we talk about this Lego stuff? So there's an Alpine Lodge. Is this like all Christmas Lego? Or is there some non-Christmas stuff as well?
This is the only Christmas one. So this is technically, I think, last year's, maybe the year before's Christmas set that came out.
Right. Okay.
I'm at least a year behind on it. So I was like, I got this. It is retiring this year. You can see, like, retiring.
Yeah, my mum was taking out like it's like a reindeer with a sleigh on it that she takes out and builds for Christmas.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you keep this stuff fully built, or do you ever pack it away into a box and then get it out? Do you rebuild this sort of stuff?
I don't rebuild it. So like I've been buying like every year. I've got 1 year I had to catch up on a couple of years, but like I've got like, at least one Christmas set a year. So like kind of
when Tony says he buys this stuff and he leaves it out on display, I've been to his house and let me tell you, he buys sets every year and he puts it out and he leaves it on display. It is crazy.
This is stay on display. Like I have a Christmas box, but I'm gonna have to get another Christmas box. But like I only just fit all my other stuff in. It doesn't fit this in. But I really like this. This was really good fun to build. It looks really good. There's a like the chimney is actually like a button to push down a light brick, so like it lights up the fireplace, which is really cool.
But it's not it makes a yellow brick or something come up, or
it's like an orange. It's not orange. The LED is almost always orange. They actually do have. Do I talk about a later set, the lighthouse set? They have a different LED set there, which is interesting.
And it's powered by like a battery or something.
Yeah, it's just like a coin cell battery. I've never had to replace them. It's like a really it's like one of those like really small coin cell things. I think it's not a coin cell like that, but it's one of those really small ones. It's like really
like a C battery almost, probably even smaller.
Yeah, that might be the correct term for it.
Like you have in a motherboard. Like I have one in my cycling computer on my bicycle, and I've never had to replace it over the years.
So I think both of that. Okay, so I think both those are considered coin cell batteries. But the thing is that the light brick is like. It's a 2x3 brick with like a little slot on one end for a Technic axle to go in, and then the LED on the other side. So it's quite a small thing. Like a coin cell battery wouldn't actually fit in that. So it's like really small.
I'm guessing you don't leave the light on. You just press the button sometimes.
Yeah. So with this type of light brick, it almost always it's like a temporary hold button and then resets off when you let go of it, sort of thing.
Right. Okay.
Almost, actually, interestingly, it's not guaranteed, but like I would want to say like 80% of the Christmas sets have a light brick. or like somewhere in the build. The one I got last year, they had like a standalone Christmas tree with the light brick in, which then made all like the baubles light up. Or, I guess that's not a problem. I guess technically it's the lights in between the baubles light up, but it kind of looks like baubles when it's on. So
Speaking of lights, actually, I just realized one of the things I got for Christmas, which I got early, is I've got new lights in my room. I've got lamps.
oh
Because I've got like one overhead light in my room and I turn it on and my room is really dark and I'm like, well, I'm not getting light from different sources. So my dad's like, well, you could just get two uplighters and put them in like opposite ends of the room, and
yeah, yeah,
it's actually like you can probably see my webcam better now because I actually have
yeah.
light from multiple sources lighting me up, so it probably makes it look better.
I
But
mean, very bright walls.
Stein, you're getting old. You asked for lamps for Christmas. Like,
I asked for socks for Christmas though, so
socks are great, actually. Yeah, that's a good one.
I love a good Christmas sock. I have to say.
But yeah, is there anything else to say about the Alpine
Oh,
Lodge? We got the tree being carried on the snowmobile.
okay. Well, okay. They show that then later in like on the last page, it's like, oh, you can put Christmas decorations on the tree and put it up in the house. So obviously I did that.
Oh
So,
god, that's loud. I was watching the video.
oh yeah, that's what you in the video, right? Yeah.
Well, I get sued by the Lego company if I put a video of Lego in.
They should be fine for it. Like it's technically advertising content. I've seen people
Oh, it shows the thing
like
lighting
do like
up.
reveals.
It says
Oh,
warning
yeah,
small parts
yeah.
and it contains a button
Yeah.
or coin battery is what it says. So
yeah, but again, it's not like what you're thinking of. Like it's like a really tiny battery. So, but I guess technically a coin. Yeah. Yeah, I've got a whole Christmas village set up, but I don't know how to display it like properly yet. Like so I kind of I'm playing live. I've got sitting on a separate spot than all my other old stuff. I haven't got a picture of it. It looked awful. I need to get like I need to buy more Lego so I can have a proper village set up. Like I've got some like Harry Potter like Hogsmeade houses as well, which is like snowy roofs. So just got snowy roof buildings set up for Christmas. So yeah, I built that the other day. I want to say like last week or something, like just before. Yeah, last weekend.
Wait, I just looked at the price. This is £90.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's cheap.
Really? Because I was expecting a set this size to be a bit cheaper than this.
I would say it's reasonable prices if it also has like the battery and LED in.
Right. Okay.
Like but for like the number of pieces, like it was actually pretty good value, I would say.
Does this stuff ever go on sale?
Not really. It'll be sold out by the time it's Christmas.
Right.
So no.
Do you always buy straight from the Lego store, or do you get like?
No.
Surely the retail partners have like better deals on stuff.
Yeah. The thing is that there's some. I think this is one of them. Where very few other partners sell this. I think like the Christmas stuff is primarily from Lego. But Smith's Toys, I tend to get a lot of stuff from. But they have.
Did you get the winter gazebo gift?
No, I did not get the winter. I got the pre. I got the hot chocolate stand gift with purchase. That's pretty cool. The gazebo. Yeah, I wish they just released these small sets as just like sets you could buy.
Well, when I clicked on the winter gazebo, it said it was £20.
Oh yeah. You can buy it though.
Right. Okay.
I really hate the system. Like if you want to like look, if you have if you buy this thing, you get a free product with it. I'm okay with that. If you can still buy the product later. I just have so many issues with. It's like the like we talked about last time with
the Enterprise,
the Enterprise.
And the shuttle
it's like
pod.
I want Ensign Row and the shuttle pod, but I can't buy it. It's like, oh, I have to buy it within the first week while stocks last from the Lego store itself. It's like I'm not buying it right away.
Well, it's FOMO marketing. They want you to buy it right away.
I think. I think it's manipulative. I don't think it should be allowed personally. I don't know how you would like legally like put that into writing to make that not allowed, but I just feel like it just feels slimy to me. I don't like it.
What was this next
Anyway,
one that you said the lighthouse, or you wanted to say?
Yes. So this is Lego ideas. That's the next two Lego ideas.
So this was an idea somebody else designed, and then the Lego company figured out how to actually build it, sort of thing.
Yeah. So the ideas is different.
Oh, this is on a 30% sale, Tony. There is a sale.
Yeah, I did get it on sale. I think I got 20% sale. So it's going to be more on sale since I got it, which is kind of annoying. Yes, the Lego ideas idea, like someone will submit it on a Lego ideas page. There'll be the rounds of voting, and they would choose one. Like the Lego will choose one, not necessarily if it's got the most votes or not, but ones they think they can bring to market. They'll then redesign it themselves. So they tend to look sometimes a little bit different, sometimes very different from the original submission.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, I a lot of Lego idea stuff I really like. I think this one. This is like 3 years old, I think. I think it was like end of 2022 this came out. I don't know why. I should have got it earlier, to be honest. I really like this set. It's really cool. It looks absolutely fantastic. Like the little lighthouse, like the first like couple of bags that you're building up, you can't like if you go to like see like the whole island, like it just looks like rocks, right? There's a lot of technical. There's like a battery pack and like technical like a gearbox inside the island itself.
And this Lego set is based on the Robert Eggers film, The Lighthouse, right?
Yeah, I think so.
There's a little Willem Dafoe minifig you can. Is there any Willem Dafoe minifigs that you could put in there? Is it like a Green Goblin one or something?
Yeah, there is a Green Goblin. Yes, okay. You could tell it Willem Dafoe that exists. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if you lost Willem Dafoe, but yeah.
You know, I'm somewhat of a lighthouse keeper myself.
Yeah. So there's only too many figures, but no, it's really good. They've got like 2 LEDs like connected to a battery box, and the battery box also powers a motor that then spins the top of the. And they've got like a mirrored sticker, 45-degree angle, and then like an actual Fernell plastic lens, which actually it's not as bright as images show, but it's still really cool to see with the lights out and it's spinning around at night. It's really cool. Like it looks great.
So I'm gonna watch the video now.
Yeah.
After
the rock work, the rock work is great. The little lighthouse house is really cool. See the little lever in there. And
is that a button battery? Or do you have to have this thing plugged in?
No, that was 6 AA's.
6 AA's. Okay.
Yeah. And you have to remove a rock panel to like gain access to it, and then you have to like unscrew it. Like you can't remove the battery box. Like you have to like unscrew it there and then take the battery compartment out. It's a bit awkward. Hopefully I don't have to do that too often. I put rechargeable ones in so they won't last as long, but I can just recharge them.
This one's got a fireplace as well, by the looks of it. The lights.
Yes. So interestingly, the Christmas set we looked at, like it has like an orange LED. This one, both LEDs are the same. That's like 2 wires, LED on 2 wires.
Right.
They're both the same LED, but one goes into like a white LED into an orange brick, so the other one is just the white LED bouncing off the mirror at some. Yeah, it's really good. I would say go and get it, but again, this is retiring soon, so yeah, I think that people have to.
Well, I can only buy 5 of these. What a scam!
Yeah, you can't be a brick reseller, I'm afraid.
Oh no.
But I really like it. It's way. I knew it was going to be good, but it's actually way better than I thought. I think it was a bit spenny. Like I think was it like 260 or something? Was that?
Yeah, 260 and then 180 on sale. It said.
Yeah, so I think I got it for like 195 or something, which I think is much more like what it should be, in my opinion. Obviously, I guess they're trying to get rid of the stock at this point. Yes,
my house is out here.
Would recommend it. I want to set the city and like have the lighthouse like up at the front sort of thing, like on its own little island. The dog, that'd be great. That's my plan. One day.
Soon to you.
I guess they show like a load of like other Lego rocks in the like imagery. So make more rocks.
Just looking at the Lego website, they're very much just like this is for adults too. Adults should be.
Yeah.
Is that like a big branding push? They're like adults welcome.
Yes, that's been since at least 2020, maybe 2021 or something.
COVID spike.
It's been basically a new niche for them, like
Right.
making products only for adults. So
Mm.
you can tell in stores for adults because the box is just black. Like they have a picture of the product, but there's no like fun background behind it. It's just a black box with like a
Yeah.
glow around the product. That's like an adult's welcome. They used to call it adults only, but they didn't realize the connotations of what that meant for a couple of years. So
I mean,
now it's adults welcome.
You have to be over 3 to do this one. So
Yeah. I
What
think
was-
technically, like all the adults welcome on the bottom is technically like 18 plus, even though like it had nothing to do with like how complex it is. It's a very weird system they have. I would rather just have like complexity like out of 10 or out of 5 or something. Personally,
what's the last one though? Train.
yeah. So this is one that came out either end of last year or this year. I can't remember, but this is a more recent Lego Ideas set. It's the Orient Express. How is this retiring as soon as well? I'm pretty sure this came out end of last year.
I don't know. Is there a way to check?
Maybe I'm just maybe I might. I don't know. I don't think I'm like a couple of years off.
The train that famously connected Paris and Istanbul, which I knew and didn't have to Google.
Yeah, it's the big long fancy one. It's like I think it's like one of the most famous trains.
I mean, I've heard the name before. I just don't know. Isn't there a film called The Orient Express?
Yeah. There's been like murder mysteries on it as well.
Is it a Poirot film? Is that the one I'm thinking of?
Has been a Poirot one, but there have been other detective stuff before Poirot as well.
That's Agatha Christie, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Murder on the Orient Express. That's like the Agatha Christie one.
Like I'm being told it came out 2 years ago. Okay, what is it? It feels like only yesterday. I saw it and went, oh, okay, interesting.
You can only buy 5 of them.
Yeah, this is also the older one. This has been retired at the same time as the other one.
And this was a Lego. This is a Lego Ideas as well. Somebody was like, "Yeah, let's do the Orient Express."
This was slightly more controversial because I think the person who submitted this was like a train nerd or like train fan.
Yeah.
And they put a lot of effort into the locomotive.
Mm-hmm.
And then when Lego took it, they then partnered with the current Orient Express company that exists.
Yeah.
So it had to then be like all in standing with what they wanted instead of like the historical version. Which is a bit weird, but maybe they had to do that. But then they completely just had like a generic locomotive at the front.
Yeah.
So if you look at the original, it's like a fancy, like if you're a train fan, you're like, oh, that's just like a train fan locomotive steam engine sort of thing.
Oh, it says retiring soon on there.
Well, I'm just thinking about this. This is the biggest train. Like most train sets you buy are like 6 stud wide. This is 8 stud wide. It's actually quite big. I've only built the first, like the final, like the at the back, the restaurant carriage.
The studs, little knobbly bits on the Lego.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's like everything's measured by that. It's like a 2x4. It's like 2 studs by 4 studs.
Right. Okay.
Like that's like the
I want a 2x4.
Yeah, the 2x4 brick. You got obviously 2x4 plate, 2x4 tile. But yeah, no, it's just like the blue is really good, and it's like with 8 studs, like you get internal space of 6 studs. Like the internal space you get for like the fancy tables at the back, and there's like a bar at the back as well. It's great. It's great.
Cool.
It was a bit fiddly. Like getting the roof on, I think was the problem. I can't remember. Oh, there's like some detailed pieces on the front as well. But yeah, no, it's like I've been enjoying this one. This was again another one that's way better than I thought it was going to be.
You'd recommend the Orient Express train?
Yeah, I think you know what I would, because both these sets are retiring soon. I can't really recommend it to people. I recommend just like keeping an eye out for Lego Ideas stuff. Like they're not always for you, but like they tend to be good,
right?
If not great, in my experience. So Lego Ideas have some really fantastic stuff. So
I should move on to some games I've been playing.
Yeah.
So this week, Tony, I'll let you pick one because I can't talk about everything.
Okay.
I've 100%ed 5 Hearts Under One Roof 2, actually. I've 100%ed everything. I've been playing My Hero One Justice, the second My Hero Academia fighting game, and holy shit, is this one better than the first one? I was not, because I was like, if I didn't like the first one, I'm gonna just try the second one, and I was like, yep, this one's a lot better than the first one.
Okay.
Because I saw the Steam reviews. No, I was just like, I don't want to play this.
You just gave up. Okay. Yeah. Fair.
Overwatch 2 has released a new DPS hero, and it's the first ever full melee DPS hero called Vendetta. Who is like a Italian gladiator who like throws a sword at people and like flies across the sky.
That's pretty cool.
Battlegrounds in Hearthstone has a new season, but they've introduced a brand new mechanic called a Time Warped Tavern, where I think it's turns 6 and 9. You have a special currency where you can buy 2 Time Warped cards that completely change up the game. Makes it a lot more interesting. And then, I just put this here because I briefly wanted to mention this. I played Mario Kart World again because Nintendo keeps making like really small quality of life updates to Mario Kart World over time. I talked about this before, where they added the ability to track like P switches and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's like they do small quality of life changes that are kind of big at the same time. Like, so before, when you did like Knockout Tour or the Grand Prix, you would drive between the tracks, and one of the big complaints was driving between the tracks. You would just drive on a straight road, and people were like, "This is not fun. It's just kind of boring over time, just driving on a straight road in a line."
Yeah,
they've remade like most of the intermission tracks and added like bends and turns, and they've like completely redesigned most of the intermission tracks randomly in Mario Kart World in like a random update. I was like, "What the hell?" So yeah, a lot of intermission tracks have bends and stuff in them now.
Yeah, that's cool. I find it interesting. I wonder, like, did QA point this out? Like, I assume they knew about it before the game released and just didn't have time or something.
I don't know. I was. Oh, that's another thing they did. You know how I was because I played this recently because I wanted to test that. You know how they made it so you had to unlock some characters through Kamek power-ups. So I was really annoyed by this because it was really hard to do because you needed somebody behind you to get the legendary Kamek power-up and then use it behind you and turn you into one of those random characters on that specific map.
And they wouldn't get it.
Yeah. They made it so you can now set custom items in races. So what you can do now is you can go into like a Grand Prix or like a time trial or whatever with a bunch of CPU races, and you can turn them all off and set it so the only item you're allowed to pick up is Kamex. And Tony, let me tell you, playing Kamek only in Mario Kart World is absolute fucking chaos. It's insane.
I want to see that. That sounds hilarious.
Yeah, hang on. I think I might have saved a video because I saw it on Twitter, so I might have saved it. I think I liked the post where I saw about it. Let me see if I can find the video. Oh yeah, here it is. I've got it here. Let me show this to you quickly. I can't send you I need to copy it here, don't I? I can't just send you my likes. The post is this is when I found out about it. What the fuck is this update? Every power there's so many fucking Kameks. Because every single item is Kamek, so all the CPUs are just spamming Kamek. And I was playing through it, so I'm like, this is absolute fucking chaos. This is a new way to play Mario Kart World. It's just Kamek only.
Do you get different stats for the different characters you different?
No, but it spawns different things on the map. So like for example, one Kamek will make like giant chain chomps fall from the sky, one will send like fucking fish that send at you. And like, it's like somebody. I think the best way I saw it described is like playing with Kamek only on Mario Kart World is like playing Timmy's first map on Mario Maker. It's just absolute fucking. There's just enemies everywhere. You have they have no idea about level design. It's just shit's going on everywhere. And it was like, but dude, I did that a couple of times, and I was able to unlock all the characters I needed. So they actually made a quality of life update to Mario Kart World, and you can now there's now like a semi-party system, so it's easier to actually play online Knockout Tour and stuff with your friends.
You,
They've
you
made
actually
it
keep
so
track of your
now,
party.
like Mario Kart World soundtrack is sick. They've like remade all of like the old Nintendo like Mario tracks, and they play as you drive around the world. If you pause in the free roam, it'll now tell you the name of the track and the game that it's from. And
Oh,
there's even a
nice.
setting now where you can set it so instead of the music being normal volume and it plays in the background, you can set it to be loud. So it plays the background music louder for when you want to jam out and drive around. And I was just again, I was playing Mario Kart World again. I was like, yeah, I fucking love this game. It's one of my favorite games of the year. Like they just keep making it better. And I see a lot of people like, because I was speaking to a couple of my friends, and they're like, oh, we're going back to Mario Kart. It's 8, right? I think
it's
Mario Kart 8, and I'm just like, I think Mario Kart World is not for everyone, but it is a game for me. I feel like I love the free roam the open world free roam stuff, and I love the I love the Knockout Tour stuff. I found it really fun.
Yep. What's in 8 that's not in World then?
Because I was speaking to Luke about this because he plays a lot of Mario Kart as well, and he was saying that he felt because when you're playing like you can have 24 races in Mario Kart World, especially in the Knockout Tour, and then because he was saying like less races and he said it felt more balanced and more skill based in the 8's one compared to the Mario Kart World.
I have actually seen people talk about that.
But then I was like, are you not just comparing 24-player Knockout Tour to just normal races in Mario Kart 8? And he was like, yeah. And I'm like, that's because Knockout Tour doesn't exist in Mario Kart 8. You can't get that experience that you get in Mario Kart World, right?
I guess you just don't. What's the max number of players in a normal world race?
I think you can have. I think you can have 24, right? In a Grand Prix, can't you? Maybe it is 12. I don't know. I don't play Grand Prix very much.
No,
I pretty much I play single player and I play tour.
Yeah, I have seen people online vaguely talk about like, oh, they felt that there's more skill in 8 than World, but I don't. I don't know. To me, it's kind of a party game. I don't really care as long as. It's tricky. It's tricky. Like, because obviously you don't want to just like be fully RNG, right?
Google AI is telling me 24 players, but I don't know if it's always 24. I can't remember.
Source?
Yeah, but you can do up to 24 players in Grand Prix for sure. So that it does.
Okay.
There is more people, but I don't know if it's always. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, call it to Mario Kart World. And Tony, I've started to play Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, the new Metroid game.
Oh yeah.
And Tony, it's the first game that actually supports 120 FPS mode and supports mouse mode controls for an FPS. And I got to. So I have played this in 4K 60, and I've played it in 1080p 120. And I would say like, I like mouse controls. I don't love mouse controls because it's nicer, but I think you would have to try it, but it's not comparable to holding a mouse. Please let me plug a mouse into my Switch. I would love that so much more.
Yeah, you can't do that. You can't plug a mouse in.
Technically, you can plug a mouse into Game Builder Garage 2, which is a game about making games. Because it's basically like a game maker tool, and you're just moving around like blueprints, like in Unreal, right?
I think it's just on your Switch, your Steam that you just plug in a mouse, right?
But like I was testing the mouse mode in the 4K 60. I was like, yeah, this is okay. And then I switched to the 120 hertz, and I was like, oh no, this is so much better in the 120.
Really?
Like mouse mode feels so much better in the 100. Like I went from 60 to 120. I didn't like backwards.
Yeah.
Because going backwards, I was like, this is awful. Because I did go backwards and test it again. I was like, oh no, this feels awful. But I tried it in 60 first, and I got to say, like, I definitely prefer the visuals of 4K to 1080p. But I feel like for fluidity of gameplay, I think I might actually be playing in 120 because it just feels great to play in 120.
Is there a 92K version? That's my question.
No, it's 1080p 120 or 4K 60.
I'm just saying that might be the sweet spot for me.
On the Steam Deck OLED.
On the Steam Deck OLED,
The 90 hertz.
I would never play Metroid.
But like,
that's not possible.
the game's gorgeous. It runs flawlessly.
Yeah.
It runs flawlessly on the fucking Switch as well and looks great. The Switch One, like, there's tons of options. There's options in Nintendo. Like, Retro Studios is like the one developer under Nintendo that actually understands how to optimize games and make them run well. It's just like crazy to me.
I think that's the rest like gameplay only, and so how do you optimize it?
But yeah, that's
I'm sure it's complicated. Like I'm making it like, easy with it. Like, I'm sure it's complicated, but like it should be a priority.
But yeah, which one did you want to hear about? Because I've been
I when I was reading through them, I don't know why I just missed the Metroid Prime 4 part. I was gonna say, oh, my hero one. I want to hear about Metroid Prime 4.
So it came out yesterday, Tony. So I've played it for about 30 minutes to an hour. I haven't played super a lot, but I can tell you my initial thoughts.
Okay.
I haven't got any footage of it. Oh, apparently the HDR is fucking great in it as well. I haven't tested HDR because of capture card stuff.
Oh yes, yeah. I wish that state of the industry was much better as well.
I can record 120 FPS gameplay of Metroid Prime, and I'll have nowhere to put it. So there's that.
Yeah.
So one of the I think the way the game starts out is pretty cool. Basically, it's your standard. You're Samus, and you have all of your powers, and then randomly you lose all of your powers, so you have to get them again.
Yeah.
This one seems to be doing much more of like a psychic thing, whereas in past Metroid games you get like the gravity suit or the hot temperature lava suit, and then you get the missile launcher upgrade and stuff. This one's like you now have the ability to open doors and pull out bridges with like psychic powers sort of things, which is quite different. But yeah, it starts off. It's basically like I feel like every Metroid game I've played so far kind of starts like this, where you're in the middle of a battle scene. You can scan everything, and immediately I go, "Oh, let me scan everything." And it's like you need to get the 100% of Metroid, you have to scan everything. And I'm like, scanning things in Metroid is so boring. I'm not going to do this to get the 100%. I can't be bothered.
I wish that was better because I like the idea of scanning stuff. But
the big difference for this game is there's a lot of again, I've only played 30 minutes. There's a voiced character in this game, which I'm just like immediately like, what the fuck? Like in most like in Dread or Prime, it's like Metroid is a very atmospheric game where you're basically alone for almost the entire game. From those ones I've played, whereas there was like I've just met the character Mackenzie, who's like, oh hey, how's it going? I'm a mechanical engineer. And I was then going through a section, and it was like I was shooting on these enemies with Mackenzie, and then it was like, hey, you can press this button to revive Mackenzie off the ground. And I was like, why would I want to do that? I don't care about Mackenzie. I'm Samus. I'm just going to keep going. And I walked through, and it's like, no, you failed the mission. You didn't keep Mackenzie alive. And I'm like, wait a minute. I thought I was playing Metroid. Am I playing an escort mission? Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, that's so I've seen like a lot of. If you watch any of the previews for Metroid Prime 4, a lot of them are complaining about the Mackenzie character, like,
right,
and about like how it feels more like apparently he's only in it for the first bit, and there's a couple of more voice characters, but it's mostly just. From my experience, before Mackenzie, it was very much just like a Metroid Prime game. It was just your first person, scanning things, shooting things, getting upgrades, going around.
Yeah.
Well, time will tell with this one. This is my first thoughts. I think the new Alien stuff is really like they have these. I almost felt like I was playing the Outer Wilds. You have like these weird looking aliens, and they give you like you are the chosen one. Here's your psychic powers, and they have these like army of automaton robots. I don't know what the fuck's going on. It looks cool. That's how I treat most Metroid games. I'm like, if you ask me to explain the plot of Metroid Dread or Metroid Prime, I'm like, I don't know. Looks cool.
Yeah. When I hear people talk about those games, the plot never seems to have taken into it. So it can't be that important, surely.
But yeah, that's what I've been playing. I think Metroid Prime is really cool so far, but I'm gonna need to get more into it because certainly it's the classic Metroid game. You have to commit and play a Metroid game, otherwise you'll forget where you are.
Yeah.
But I've been enjoying it so far. I need to play more of it. Yes, but I've just been a bit busy recently, and it came out yesterday. So
Yeah, it's Christmas season, right?
But yeah. Should we talk about some stuff? Oh, Tony, I finished Twin Peaks. I can't believe it. It's finally over.
I don't know. Is that unbelievable? You saying that it's like it took ages to get.
It took
that?
ages.
When did you start watching it?
Months, like many months ago.
Okay.
I feel like I started watching this towards like the start of this year, maybe. Like, when did I watch? The thing, like, I did the calculations in my head.
remember.
I think if you add up all the episodes of, because an episode of Twin Peaks is like an hour long.
Yeah.
And then there's the movie, there's the deleted scenes, there's 3 seasons of Twin Peaks. I think I figured out it was like something like 52 hours to watch all of Twin Peaks or something like that. Like, it's quite a lot of television.
Yeah.
So I just finished The Return because that was the final thing I have to watch. I fucking love Twin Peaks. I'll just come out and say, like, definitely up there for one of my favorite television shows of all time. Up there with stuff like Star Trek and Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad and stuff like that.
Okay.
Absolutely fucking love Twin Peaks. The Return is very different from season 1 and 2. Season 1 and 2 almost feels like a different show in some respects, where it's much more like lighthearted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because it was a television show in the 90s and David Lynch wasn't allowed to show what he wanted to show. And then Twin Peaks The Returns feels very much like, this is what I wanted to put on television. And to a lesser extent,
like
he did that with the film as well, right?
Yeah.
Firewalk.
It's like 25 years later or something, right? It's just like,
Yeah.
So that actually has a narrative reason as well.
Yeah. Do I think David Lynch 25 years ago was like, and I'm going to do this, and 25 years later we'll do this and this and this. No, I think he was just kind of making it up on the spot. And I've seen after I've watched all Twin Peaks now, I've gone and I've watched like interviews with David Lynch and seen the process, and he was basically saying, yeah, while we were making Twin Peaks, because it's David Lynch and Mark Frost. He said it's half Mark Frost, half me, because Mark Frost is the guy who works in television, and he like half of it is him as well. Not to leave him out of some of the credit.
Yeah, I don't really know who he is, so I don't have like any reference.
Yeah, but he's basically saying like, oh, we had an idea. Like, okay, so I don't know if you know this. Like, the idea for the Red Room almost didn't exist, and it only existed because they were shooting the European version of Twin Peaks. To which you will say, what the fuck is the European version of Twin Peaks?
Yeah,
to which I was like, I also didn't know there was a European version of Twin Peaks. But the idea was that when they were doing the pilot, they shot a completely different ending for the pilot because they were selling it as a show in the US, and they were selling it as a short film for the European market. So like, it appears in Twin Peaks, but the ending of like the short film for the European version appears in episode 3, and it goes into like episode 3 is, Tony, I don't know if you know, it's considered to be where Twin Peaks starts to alt and show you all the weird fucking shit that's going on.
Okay.
So that's what, like, it shows like Bob and stuff like that. Also, Bob, one of the main characters of the main villain of Twin Peaks, was basically a set designer on Twin Peaks, and they went up to him and said, "Hey, can you stand behind this bed frame quickly and look into the camera?" And then they said, "Hey, yeah, that's perfect. Do you want to be on the show?" And he's one of the greatest villains of all time. And I'm just like, what? He was literally a set designer, and he was wearing his own clothes. And he was like, yeah, so the reason Bob wears like jean jackets is because that's literally what I was wearing on the day we were shooting. So my clothes are just Bob's clothes. And I'm like, that's crazy, bro.
That's more crazy than like Harrison Ford's like original thing, which is like the Carpenter sort of thing, right? On set. Yeah, that's crazy.
But yeah, everyone gives a fucking phenomenal performance in Twin Peaks: The Return and a lot of Twin Peaks. We get to see a lot of I don't know how much. You plan on watching Twin Peaks one day, right?
I don't mind. I plan to watch it, but I don't think I care too much about the spoilers. Like, I have watched all the Red Letter Media videos. I know there's not
Right.
too many spoilers in there, but
the thing that's so weird about Twin Peaks: The Return is like when you think of Twin Peaks, you think of Dale Cooper, who is the FBI agent played by Carl MacLachlan, and pretty much the entirety of Twin Peaks season 3, he's a completely different character. Like there's 18 episodes. There's 20 episodes in the season 3. For 18 episodes, he plays a completely different character. And I think I could understand if you were like a Twin Peaks fan, you were like, what the fuck is this? I love Dougie Jones. He's one of my favorite characters. He's basically
from
like
what I've seen, he's great.
He's like the catatonic version of Dale Cooper. He is absolutely amazing how he just fails up through life. Like he befriends gangsters. He accidentally keeps winning jackpots at the casino. The hello scene. I think what to sum it all up, because I could talk about Twin Peaks for a very long time. I think a lot of people will go like deep into Twin Peaks and be like, what does it all mean? Like, and they'll watch like hour-long videos on this is the definitive version of Twin Peaks explained. I didn't watch any of that shit because the idea of Twin Peaks to me is it's like a mystery or an experience. You're supposed to look at yourself and try and figure it out for yourself. And I watched it and I came away with my own like ideas of what was going on. And I saw because I watched the Red Letter Media stuff as well. And I was like, oh, Jay had like a similar interpretation of what was happening to me at the end and stuff like that, right?
Yeah. But it is just interpretation. It's not. This is.
But I could say spoilers for Twin Peaks, Tony. You'd be like, "What the fuck?" Like David Bowie in the kettle was pretending. Someone was pretending to be David Bowie in the kettle because the arm turned into the brain in the red. It's just like, what are you talking about? It's like, well, I'm talking about Twin Peaks.
I think I heard your other friend like just discuss an idea of like the real world and fake world, or like a dream, or not dream, but
because you were asking me because you collect like the physical media,
the
stuff,
and
you were like, which one do I get? I think they're doing like Twin Peaks A to Z to A is like all of the original series, the return and the film in like Blu-ray quality. And I think
it's recorded on film, right? So we don't have like the issue of like David Lynch using the wrong media, like with like DS9.
I think the return might be digital.
Okay,
but it's like 2017 digital.
But that's still like better than like VHS digital.
But I think because I think that came out in 2019, but I think they're doing like a 2025 re-release where they're doing like 4K.
Blu-ray, I might wait for that. Yeah, I'm sorry. I want to at least have, even if like I watch it only once or something. I think that's worth. I don't know.
It's a show after watching it where I'm like, I want to watch this again immediately.
Okay.
Like this show is great. I cannot recommend it enough. I fucking love this TV show.
Yeah.
I understand. Like, I understand people who are like, I love this show. This means everything to me. And I also understand people like my friend's dad who watched episode 1 of this and refuses to ever talk about it again because that can be alienating. Like this show.
Yeah.
But the thing I think that's so beautiful about this show is it can be the funniest show you've ever watched and the most terrifying show you've ever watched, and it can also be doing that at the same time, and there's nothing like it. It's just an experience. But it makes me
anything like it, or
it makes me intrigued to watch stuff like David Lynch's films, like Blue Velvet and stuff. I really want to watch and see what's going on there. Because he definitely has a style and a way of telling stories that is very intriguing.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Some anime stuff. We got... speaking of anime... So last week I was talking about Fujimoto Tatsuki, the creative Chainsaw Man. He also... Did you do Fire Punch as well? It's not been animated. It's not been turned into an anime. I'm looking for the way to describe that. But I think it's like a long-running manga.
Oh, okay. I
It's
see.
very popular. And so I guess I'll talk about it now. I finished watching Fujimoto. So I watched the last 2 episodes. So I watched Nayuta the Prophecy, which is basically like, what if your little sister was the fucking end of humanity? She was this omni-powerful demon. And then Sisters, which I watched, and I was like, people were saying like, it feels like Look Back, the film, or Look Back, the manga that got turned into a film. And I was like, yeah, from what I understand, it's like, basically the plot of it is 2 sisters who've sort of drifted apart, and they come back together because one of the sisters, both go to an art school, and one of the sisters paints her sister in the nude, and it has to be displayed for a year because it won the competition. And she's like, what the fuck, why did you paint a naked photo of me? And then they like start reconnecting again.
Right.
But yeah, I like this series. But I was like, I really like this stuff. I love Chainsaw Man, because I think the thing about Chainsaw Man, even though it's more of like a fighting like shonen, battle shonen-y stuff, it's very like just about human characters and interactions. Like it feels
Yeah.
like a deeply human thing. I was like, I kind of want to see more of this. So I decided to I like Sayonara Area or Goodbye Area has been on my manga read list for a long time. And I didn't even realize it was by Fujimoto Tatsuki. So I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll read this. I quite like this. It's basically, it's a story of I think what makes it interesting is it's shot from the perspective of a phone through manga paneling. So it's basically, it's a story of a boy recording his terminal mother's illness and asking her questions and being like, I'm going to make memories of your last moments. But it becomes, without going into spoilers, it becomes so much more.
So that's the setup then.
Yeah, and it's like, it's almost like non-linear, and it's very open to interpretation as well. And it has like, because this is said a lot, it has a pinch of fantasy to it as well, which you see a lot in Fujimoto Tatsuki's work. It has like that pinch of it's human with a pinch of fantasy to it, and also explosions. I'm glad there was an explosion in it as well.
An explosion.
Yeah, you have to have an you have to have an explosion.
Yeah, that's true.
Which you'll see if you see any of his other work. There has to be an explosion in it.
Is it because he likes to look at them?
I guess because they're cool. I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess good reason for anything.
Yeah. But yeah, I quite like this. It wasn't my favorite, but I thought it was still quite good. But one thing because people were saying about Sisters, it's like Look Back, and I've been hearing about Look Back because it came out like last year, and people were saying this is the best anime that came out last year. It's an anime film, and I didn't even realize this was by Fujimoto Tatsuki. I was like, I just heard it was really good, but I didn't, because people were saying about the Sisters episode, it was almost like a prototype for this film. And I got to say, Tony, this is one of the best things I've watched in years. Like
of any media sort of thing.
I fucking love this. It is. It's beautiful. Like in like the actual animation sense, the art sense, but also like the emotional sense. Like I was crying watching this. I was like, this is art made by humans, and it's a story about art being made by humans, and we're never going to see this again. And it's fucking gut-wrenching that we won't see stuff like this again. Like going back and watching older stuff and just seeing how beautiful hand-drawn stuff is. And then being like, seeing how like they're fucking AI dubbing fucking anime on Amazon right now, and it's fucking awful. And they're just ruining all art right now in order to push RAM prices up. It's just crazy.
That's the end
That's
goal.
their goal. The end goal is to make RAM impossible to buy.
Successful. Yep.
It's basic. So the basic story is you have 2 characters who there's a character, she writes it for school newspaper, she writes manga panels. And there's another girl who also goes to her school who wants to join in and write her own manga strip. And she basically, she draws like pretty rudimentary, like simple characters, but she has like quite funny stories. And then the other girl that doesn't come into school, she starts doing her own stories, and they're just like these really well drawn, like beautiful backgrounds shots. Like here's a school, here's a tree, and they basically come together. And she's like, we should work together, and we should make our own manga sort of thing. It's the story of how these two girls become friends, and it goes into their relationship over the years, and it's this idea of two people coming together over a shared passion, and then also coming apart, but also remembering why they wanted to, do these things in the first place and what brought them together. It's a beautiful story. I don't want to go too much into it because, I think you could.
You do it. Massive recommend.
It's one of the best things I've fucking seen in years.
Okay.
I think anyone could watch Look Back and be like, yeah, that was fucking great. So yeah, I highly recommend Look Back. Because sometimes I do this thing where I catch up on all my anime, and then I'm like, oh, I should watch something before bed, and I'm like, well, I've got an hour or so. I could watch this. So I watched 5 centimeters a second, like literally 2 days ago. So I was like, oh, I have an hour before bed. Well, it plays into the story because, so I told you, I think I've talked about in the podcast before, I watched a film called Your Name, which is the story about a man and a woman who swap bodies, and they share a relationship by writing a diary to each other as they swap bodies every other day, and they get to live each other's lives, and they sort of fall in love with each other by experiences each other's lives and their relationship to this diary. And I was like, oh, I really like this film. I want to go and watch something else by this, because it's the same director and it's the same company who animates it. So I was like, okay, I'll watch another one. And I chose 5 centimeters a second because the name popped in my head. But this is one of the earliest films that he's made. So I went from watching a 2016 anime film to watching a 2007 anime film. So there's like a 10-year gap in terms of this film. And I got to say, this film looks so fucking great. I'm just like, because I'm watching anime now and it's all just like faceless characters, 3D models. It's too expensive to animate anything. This film is so like they're standing in a school hallway and it has shiny floors and there's realistic reflections on the floor. They go into a shop. There's realistic reflections in like, that silver thing they have in the corner of corner shops to like make sure people aren't stealing. That's all the reflections are done. And it's all hand drawn stuff from like 2007. It looks fucking incredible. It looks so good. I understand why people would recommend watching this film before Your Name, because this is like, okay, so the structure of 5 centimeters a second is it's technically 3 short stories that are interconnected, but I would just say they're pretty much the same film, but with time skips in them. It basically, it tells the story of like a long distance relationship between 2 characters. Like so the first story is about 2 characters that have connected in I think it was elementary school, because they're going to middle school, and then they're both in Tokyo. Then one of them moves to the other side of the country, and then they're like, okay, it's not that far away, and they write letters to each other and they reconnect. And then the boy character is moving to the other side of the country, and they're like, oh my god, we're going to be impossibly far apart. And the first story is him getting on a train in the winter in order to go and visit her one last time. It's like, it's fine. It's only going to take 3 hours. And as it starts, it's just like, the train's been delayed by 10 minutes. And then it's like, this heavy snowfall, you're going to have to wait an hour for the next. It's just like, it just shows this like, this harsh, mundane reality of like, everything is trying to stop these 2 characters from being together. And it's like, oh my god, we're so impossibly far apart. Like, it feels like in terms of like other not rom-com, but like romance films, it's like, it's a much more like realistic, bleak look at like romance, and it's like a look at like
why things practically.
It's a look at like longingness, being like, I really want to be with this person, but they feel so far away, and like drifting apart in relationships. But they basically, he gets stuck in like standstill like train for like 2 hours, and he finally gets there and he sees the girl who's his friend, and they just start kissing, and they're like, oh my god, I love you, sort of thing. And then the next like short story is like, he's moved to this island and there's another girl who's in love with him, and she's trying to build up the courage to speak to him. and he's basically like he's always looking at his phone because this is like 2007, so he has a flip phone and he keeps emailing somebody with his flip phone. And she's like, but she basically comes to the realization because she's in love with this guy, and she's like, it's so hard because I'm in love with you and you're so nice to me, but you're always looking past me. You're never looking at me, is what she comes to the realization, which I think is quite interesting. But basically, the way this film ends and the way Your Name ends are very similar, but they have very different outcomes. Like I don't think you're going to get into this. We can do spoilers or whatever, but it's like.
Well, I'm not gonna. I don't think it's something I would watch. So
the way this film ends, it's like these two characters like pass each other, and it's like, oh my god! After all this time, they're still in love. Are they going to talk to each other? And it's like, nope. She's getting married to somebody else. He's drinking and having an awful time. Fuck you. They could have interacted for a second, but they've just completely drifted apart. Is kind of the ending. Your Name has a similar ending to this, where they basically like. It ends with them like walking past each other at the train station. You're like, oh my god, they don't know each other anymore because of weird. That's more like sci-fi paranormal stuff, right? They've forgotten who each other is. They've walked past each other in Tokyo and they have no idea that it's each other that they're interacting with. And it's like, oh no, it's not going to happen because a lot of people have seen 5 centimeters a second first, and they're like, oh no, they're not going to remember each other. But in Your Name, they're like, okay, no, we're not going to get baited again by this director. We're actually going to have a happy ending for once.
okay.
But yeah, I think it's like, again, 5 centimeters a second. It's like the speed at which snow falls or something. I can't remember what it was, but it's basically like they. The second episode, they're talking about like hauling rocket parts to launch a rocket into space, and it's like it moves at like 10 kilometers an hour or some. I can't remember the exact numbers, but it plays into this idea of things moving very slowly, sort of thing, and kind of the feeling of like drifting in life. I guess this film is like, or drifting apart from people. There's a literal sense where one of the characters is like surfing, and she's just constantly just drifting on the waves, trying to hit this wave. And it's not until she finally decides to take action that she actually hits the wave and can start surfing again. I think it's an interesting film.
Be active in relationships.
But I can understand why you might be disappointed watching this film after watching something like Your Name. Because I think Your Name has some of these ideas of characters being like impossibly far apart and being in love and coming together, but has a much more like quote unquote satisfying ending than this film, I would say.
Yeah.
But I think this film is important in its own way, sort of thing.
Yeah. I do feel like I would lean towards wanting a good ending. Or a good feeling ending, I should say. Maybe not in terms of like quality.
Yeah.
In my opinion, like I feel like that would... I don't know, I just feel like that like having optimism over that is a good idea. Like what could happen if you try.
I don't know, like I don't mind like more open end, like Twin Peaks. Like the way that ends is just like, what the fuck is going on? Like I don't need like a bow tied up.
I actually think I think more open endings and stuff is like probably better because like I can like imagine what would happen or like what could happen or.
Apparently that's more of a European ending is what they call it. Like a more open-ended one is more like for the European market, and then Americans want like, no, that's the bad guy. He goes to prison. This guy wins. That's a Hollywood ending.
It's not. I don't. The problem I have with that, why like something just make things like way too simple, and so that's not how life works. I think you have to be accepting that there's never a neat bow to end things. No matter how much we want it.
But yeah, I highly recommend Look Back and maybe 5 centimeters a second if you haven't seen Your Name, because I think it's weird to watch them in the order I watched them in. I didn't really realize it at the time.
Okay.
But I caught up on One Punch Man's second season because the third season is out now, and I've seen people say insane stuff about it. I was like, what the fuck is going on with One Punch Man? So I wanted to check it out, and I like season 2. I thought the animation was fine in season 2, and I was like, yeah, there's a couple of cool fight scenes, but it's because I was like, is it that different? Because people are complaining about they've changed from season 1 to season 2. They changed staff, and then the JC staff has done season 3 as well, which we'll get into in a bit. But I was like, I think it seems fine. Let me look up a scene from season 1 of One Punch Man. I'm like, oh no, the animation quality is massively worse in season 2, but it's still still okay. It's just like you're going from season 1. I think it's like what are they called? Madhouse. Madhouse did season 1, and Madhouse does really fucking good. Like Madhouse does stuff like I think do like Free Run, Orb, like beautifully, basically Perfect Blue, Tony, which I have mixed opinions. Great animation.
Yeah.
But they do some like really awesome animation stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, the thing I think the comedy is still the one. I love that because if you explain One Punch Man to somebody, they'll be like, I don't understand how you can make like 24 episodes of this, however many there is in season 1 and 2. It's like Saitama is the most powerful being in the universe. He did it by like doing 50 squats, running 10 kilometers, and was it 100 push-ups or something as the Saitama workout? He lost all of his hair, and in the process, he accidentally became the most powerful being in the universe. And now he's bored because he beats every enemy with one punch. But I think what makes One Punch Man so interesting and so funny is the interaction that he has with other characters, or the interactions that other characters have with each other, while Saitama is just chilling in his apartment or whatever.
It kind of reminds me of like you see like people like like these stoic characters are so boring. It's like to me, it's like, well, surely the point is that you have these stoic characters in this environment with other characters in other situations, and that's the interesting part is how they interact with it, or how others interact with him.
Season 2 of One Punch Man is pretty much the Garou show, because Garou is like he's trying to become the ultimate martial arts master, and he's called himself. He wants to become a monster that hunts heroes, so he starts like fighting the heroes, and he starts to fight. So they have like a class system in One Punch Man where the heroes get a class based on how strong they are, and there's class C, B, A, S tier, and S tier are like the most powerful heroes, right? And the joke is that Saitama gets put into class C because they don't think he's a very strong hero, despite being the most powerful being in the universe. And then his apprentice, who realized that Saitama is the most powerful being in the universe, Genos the android, is put in class S because they're like, oh, well, this guy's really powerful. He should be one of the most powerful beings in the universe. So it comes like, it's interesting how like his status as a hero is so low, but his actual power level is very high, and it's more about like perception of strength.
And how people interact with
you have like Lady Blizzard coming and trying to basically bully him into being part of her Blizzard bunch of the class B heroes, because he's gone up slightly because he's started punching enough enemies, and they've been like, well, we'll get like, because he's the same class as like Moomin Rider. And Moomin Rider, I don't know if you know, I love Moomin Rider. He's a dude on a bicycle. Yeah, that's his power. Everyone loves Moomin Rider because he literally cycles in, and he's just a guy on a bicycle. He doesn't have any powers.
But
yeah, it's the story of another piece of comedy is basically he meets King, who is considered to be the strongest being in the universe, right? He basically punches people. He's the strongest man alive, right? And he talks to him, and he's like, he sees this monster, and they're talking about, this, he has the rumbling heart. His engine starts revving when he's about to hit someone. He has this scar on his face. And he goes to his apartment, he starts playing video games after he says that he'll be right back when this guy wants to fight him. And then Saitama follows him to his apartment and starts playing video games with him. He's like, why did you run away from that guy? Like, why did you piss yourself? And he's like, oh, don't tell anyone. I'm a class S hero, but I actually have never defeated any monsters. I just happened to be standing around when you punched all these monsters to death, and now everybody thinks I'm the strongest being in the universe. So he's like a complete fraud, but everyone thinks he's like this insane class S hero. And what I love about One Punch Man is Saitama doesn't go, okay, I'm going to expose you and everything. He's just like, okay, I'll just play video games with you. I don't really care. I just want to fight somebody who's more powerful than me. He's just so bored.
Yeah.
He was just like, let's just play video games. I don't care about
Yeah.
status or rank.
That is interesting.
Like, I like, because they get their hero names in season 2, and it's like Genos, the demon cyborg, and Saitama gets his name. Baldy Cape is the hero name that he gets.
That is
like,
perfect.
there's this whole subplot, because like Garo is a martial artist. Like, I don't really understand martial arts. Let me enter this martial arts tournament. And he's like, you have to be invited, and you can't pretend to be somebody, because last time somebody won it in a mask, and they didn't want anyone to be entering the martial arts tournament in disguise. So he puts on this wig and pretends to be somebody called Charanka, who's like this martial artist guy. And he's basically fighting people, and he's not like punching them because he's really scared his wig's going to fall off and they're going to find out he illegally entered this martial arts tournament. But the second he puts on the wig, Genos is like, Master, you should have told me. I can contact the director. We can find a way to like genetically make it so your hair can grow back. And he's like, I'm not trying to grow my hair back. I don't care. I just want to enter this martial arts tournament. I think, again, the comedy of One Punch Man is still great. I think it's just the animation quality is just kind of downhill. Because I was like, I've been reading what people have been saying about season 3. Holy shit, Tony. Okay, season 2 of One Punch Man, 7.5, pretty good, right? I think season 1 is like 8.4, one of the highest rated things on my anime list. One Punch Man season 3 has a 4.6, making it one of the lowest ranked things on
That's pretty bad,
list. It is ranked lower than Boruto, the spin-off show from Naruto, which people do not seem to like. And I was like, and they're basically saying, this season is a slideshow. And I was watching like the first couple of episodes, and I was like, there's literally like a minute sequence, and it's like there's this crowd, this angry mob, and they just like scroll down of this angry mob standing still where they talk over it. And every scene is people standing still, not moving, but talking. And it's just scenes of people talking, and there's like very little fighting. And I'm like, yep, they completely had no time to finish this or no animation budget for this because they are absolutely walking this in. Apparently, because like, so before One Punch Man season 3 came out, people are like, oh yeah, usually what happens in an anime cycle is before a show comes out, there'll be like promotional posters, there will be trailers, they'll be like, hey, here's a scene from the show to show you, like, get you hyped up, right? Yeah. One Punch Man was coming out in like a couple of weeks and there was nothing. And people were like, oh, that's a very bad sign that they don't want to show anything about this. But yeah, I don't think so. I've watched 8 episodes now because I've fully caught up on One Punch Man season 3. I don't think it's as awful as people say. There's definitely like some laughably bad moments of animation where people are just completely standing still. Some of the later episodes, they've got better. So I think they were holding back for some of the fights with the monster. I completely forgot to explain the plot of season 2. It is a comedy show, but basically Garo wants to be a monster, and then the Monster Society is trying to recruit him, and the heroes and the Monster Society are having this big war, while Saitama is just chilling and making hot pots in his apartment, because any monsters that try to attack Saitama just get one punch to death. So that there's this whole war going on, and like basically Saitama is barely in One Punch Man. Like, it's more about like because the idea of Saitama just basically one punches anything. It's more about like the Class S heroes fighting like the really powerful monsters, and Garu, the guy who wants to become the hero hunter, who wants to defeat the heroes to prove he is the ultimate human monster. And it kind of becomes the Garu show, and I don't hate that. I actually kind of find that interesting that One Punch Man is more about like the characters that exist in Saitama's world than it is about Saitama. Because I know a lot of people, when the manga was out, were complaining, when's Saitama going to show up? When's Saitama going to fight? But I actually think if you show Saitama too much in One Punch Man, it would kind of ruin the show in some ways.
It's thinking how powerful he is. That makes sense.
Because the idea is he is the most powerful being in the universe. There is no one more powerful than him. And that's why he's so bored, because he can't fight anyone. Because he keeps interacting with the hero hunter, who is this guy who keeps taking S-class heroes. and he doesn't know he's the hero hunter, and he keeps accidentally immediately knocking him out without realizing he's doing it. But he's trying to find him, but he doesn't realize he keeps interacting with him. But yeah, I think some of the later episodes of this have got better animation. People are saying, oh, that like Atomic Samurai. It's like you can't not make this guy look really cool when he does like basically a couple of sword slash and then this guy explodes. Like, like old cool samurai stuff doesn't require that much animation. But they have like fights with like Flashy Flash, who's like this ninja from the village, and he does like there was some really cool animation in that episode with Flashy Flash. Like it feels like they have stepped it up towards the end, and I think maybe they were just being like, okay. It feels like JC staff has kind of get the short end of the stick, where they basically won't give enough time or budget to actually animate this show, and they'll be like, okay, let's put specific resources into specific episodes, and it feels like they're doing that for the big Monster Association fights towards the end of the season.
It kind of sucks that that's how that's happened though. Like, surely
they're just not giving them enough time.
Give more time.
Yeah.
Resources or time, whichever is the problem. Well, I guess it could be both, but
I'm in two minds about this because I don't want like the production to be like, oh, okay, One Punch Man is too popular. We can just shove anything out and people will watch it.
Yeah.
But I also am like, but it is still like pretty funny, and there is some good stuff in there. Yeah.
I think just being I think something bad can have good stuff in, and something good can have bad stuff in, and just say what it is.
But yeah, anyway, let's talk about trailers quickly. We got a trailer for Vampire Survivors.
Before we move on, sorry, I had an anime thing I wanted to just say. I wanted to ask you a question actually.
Yeah. What's up?
I don't know how I found it. I was recommended a video on YouTube. They recommended a show, like an old show, I think like a 90s show. I think it's called like Last Exile or something.
I've never heard of it. What is it?
Check that. I was meant to.
Last Exile, Japanese animated season. Why was it recommended?
They're talking. They're talking about it's like you're following these characters and this very weird world, and it's like the world is kind of unknown to the watcher, and so
you can watch it.
They talk about the clues.
So you can watch it on Crunchyroll. I'm looking at it now.
It's just one season, I guess.
26 episodes.
Have you heard anything about this?
No, I never heard. It says there's a sequel to it, which is a.
Okay.
How many episodes? There's 2 seasons of it, from what I can see.
Okay.
Hang on.
Well, I guess Wikipedia's wrong.
Yeah, there's 26 episodes in the first season, and then there's another show that came out in 2011. So, 8 years later.
Yeah.
The
classic.
Had 21 episodes.
No. But apparently it has lots of characters you meet early on and so you have like bigger.
So when it comes
exploring of the story, like integration with the story, what's happening, sort of thing. That's that sense of being lost.
Most of the anime that I watch, because most of the anime I watch now is currently releasing stuff, and most of the anime that I watch was released in the last 10-ish years, I would say. I don't actually go back and watch a lot of like old anime. The only one I've done that for is stuff like Cowboy Bebop or stuff like that.
Yeah.
But no, I don't know. They put it on my radar now. Who makes this? It's done by Gonzo. What else have they done?
Yeah, the thing I watched was talking about the main director. I don't know, like is director the right word for like these sort of projects? I don't know. But apparently he was before this, he made models for shows in Japan. So apparently that's why there's a lot of detailed machinery in the anime.
Oh, okay. No, I've never really watched anything they've made either. This studio. Interesting.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, that's my anime addition to the section.
You've heard about Last Exile, and I have not.
I'm just curious.
Well, I literally watched Mushishi because you.
Yeah, that's true.
So do you enjoy
I still have not watched season 2, by the way.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on to
Yeah.
trailers, and then we can go into City Skylines news, I guess. Vampire
Yes.
Crawlers. Vampire Survivors keep winning. They've done online co-op. They've done the Balatro edition. Tony, we have Vampire Slay the Spire. We have.
Oh my god!
It's a
What?
deck building Vampire Survivors game, which is right up my
Okay.
alley. But it looks like
Yeah.
absolute fucking chaos, from what I can
Yeah.
see from the trailer.
How many particles can you have? All of them.
I hope if I record a video of this, my screen just looks like it's running at 1 bit rate. That's my hope.
Yeah. You need the JPEG artifact in.
It's coming out next year, and it's going to be day one to Game Pass. It says they were doing. It was released at like an Xbox thing. But you wanted to talk about City Skylines too, so because I saw the news that the developers were changing hands, and it feels like they've really just mismanaged this project with the state it released in, and now they're changing the developers.
Yeah, so I think you start. So like this is clearly like a paradox maneuver to get rid of Colossal Order. Colossal Order is the developer of City Skylines 1 and 2, and Cities in Motion before that. I do think the release date of Cities Skylines 2 is entirely the fault of Colossal Order. Maybe there's some problems of like funding from Paradox, like okay, something needs to be released. Fair enough. Yeah, it sucks though, right? It's like this. I had this early on. I was going to forget, and I think this is actually important. Apparently, a lot of the developers, or it's not, some of the developers were like modders for Cities Skylines 1.
Yeah.
So like a lot of like community hired. And I think that's apparently like some of them like lived like all across the world, right? Like in America and other countries. And they move. I can't remember where they're based now. I can't remember what city they're based in. But like a lot of them, like some people moved country to work at Colossal Order for City Skylines 2, right? And I think that it really sucks they're being like moved away from the project. Like they're basically developing until the end of the year, and then they're switching to this internal Paradox development studio, which, in my opinion, the only notable thing they've done is Surviving Mars.
Have you played Surviving? I don't know much about it.
No, I own it though, and it's like it was a bit of a disappointment. It actually took a few updates before people thought it was good, but I think at that point, like all of the momentum was completely gone. And apparently a lot of the other stuff that the team has worked on, and again, it's kind of difficult because like, now about the development team, not necessarily like the people in it. I don't know like how cohesive this group is, or because like some like because the stuff I know with Paradox is like the developers who worked on the team that worked on Solaris, like a lot of the devs, like the lead devs and like the higher ups, like kind of like switch to other development teams to work on different projects, but then it's like kind of fluid. But I don't know how fluid this team is with other Paradox teams. Like I have no idea. That's kind of difficult to keep track of. But like a lot of my information was like I saw this news first from a YouTube channel called City Planner Plays. When Gamers Nexus did a performance dive on Cities Skylines 2, it was his performance map that he used. Like they kind of sort of worked together on it in that sense.
Right.
So you may have seen him mentioned today if you watched that Gamers Nexus video. What? Like 2 years? Is it 2 years ago? 2 years ago, Cities Skylines 2 came out in October.
You would know better than me.
But yeah, it's just like it just sucks. It's like so we're moving to this new team.
October 2023.
The only thing they've really done is
out.
So it's 2 years old. I still feel like Cities Skylines 2 is not yet at a proper state. Yeah, in my opinion.
It got an update yesterday.
Much closer than it was. Yes, they've added bikes. I'll get more into that. I do want to talk about what's been updated because I was keeping track of it, and I kind of lost track of it for 6 months. I've kind of like gone back in and seen what they've actually going to happen. The bikes and the asset editor, which is going to be huge for proper mods, is now apparently released, at least in its initial state. But I think it just sucks though. It's like I don't have like the new team. It's like they're really like they look like mobile support sort of people. It's like they've done mobile games, they've done Surviving Mars. I saw someone say it's like, oh, Colossal Order didn't make a city game, like a city building game until Skylines 1. The games they did before that were very different. I don't entirely agree with that because Cities in Motion, yes, isn't a city builder. It's very technical and very logistics based.
I think support studios can do good. Like the new like Silent Hill F game that people seem to like was done by the Resident Evil support studio. That people are like, oh, they haven't really done any big games.
No, but I do think they have done technical projects that have been impressive. I would say. I don't think you can say the same for this development team. Although I'm sure I don't want to like I don't want to sell them short. Like I'm sure they can do stuff, but to me, like why not have the original developers with the people they hired from the community work on the game that they want to work on? Like, and it makes me wonder what the hell has happened. Like what is this? What is the breakdown? And you can't really tell anything like from the official stuff they put out. It's a lot of bollocks.
We don't know what's going on inside the studio, basically, right?
And they clearly don't want to talk about it. And it's just like, okay. They clearly mutually decide to like, we'll just walk away from each other so we don't have any bad
from the press stuff I've seen, it sounded like from Paradox's end, we're like, we have to put this out or we're not going to be able to survive, basically.
This is the thing. I think Colossal Order did make some mistakes in Skylines 2, but I feel like Paradox has been making a lot more mistakes in general.
I mean, what was I saying like a few weeks ago? It was like I was reading something about people not liking Bloodlines, the Vampire Masquerade game, the 2 one, and I was like, wait, that game came out?
I've heard nothing about it.
I actually didn't even realize it came out.
Yeah. I only knew it came out because a Second Wind video. Is it Second Wind?
The artsy stuff.
Yeah. I only knew because of that. And I was like, wait, what? I didn't see anything about this push. I mean, maybe they ran out of mark. I don't know. Like, surely this should be like a massive game that they're releasing. Like, surely this is their big game of this year. That just seems crazy to me. But yeah, I'm very concerned that Paradox in general has money problems and they're just like making really stupid decisions or at very least bad decisions for the customer because of that. And I'm wondering if that's a part of the problem here. I don't know. But yeah, I was surprised actually. Like I would have thought that so apparently Paradox owns the rights to City Skylines, like the actual like the franchise, right? And even though Colossal Order created it initially, or I guess it was always with Paradox, but they're the creators. I just find it surprising that it wasn't a joint ownership.
Man, there's a lot of people playing City Skylines 2, like right now. It's like it says like 10,000 people playing this game right now. That's crazy.
I would argue the recent updates are kind of big. I think lots of people wanted.
Right.
And we've also actually got the first proper DLC for City Skylines 2, which actually looks really cool. I have to say, maybe a bit overpriced, but
Bridge and Ports. Is this the one?
Yeah. It makes me excited just looking at it. It's like,
the reviews are mostly negative from what I can see. What's going on there then?
Yeah, I think that they're saying it's like it's a lot of money for not adding very much. I think it's too expensive. But I still think it looks cool. It might be buggy as well. I don't know. That's been a very big problem with DLC recently in Paradox in general. Like just get a DLC out as quickly as possible. It seems. Although
the Paradox, the Paradox special release DLC, and people think it's cost a bit too much. You know.
Yeah, I do. I don't want to say I disagree with the people reviewing. I just feel like they're being a bit too harsh. But I think it is coming from the right place. I think they're on the right lines. But I still see the value in it. Not having bought the DLC and played it, obviously, but just looking at there's some really cool stuff here.
What are the creator packs?
Skyscrapers.
This came out a couple days ago.
I think that's just like it's just DLC created by other like it kind of just like asset packs that adding like.
This is more positive than the other one.
Yeah, I'm surprised by that because near the end of Cities Skylines, so
What?
Cities Skylines 1 had these coming back, but they got a lot of negative reviews. So why not just download these from
What I was
the
seeing from the
workshop?
reviews, people were saying like, something I saw in the other DLC was people were saying the assets were lagging the game or causing it to crash. So
Oh,
even
okay. Yeah. I did see that. Yeah, you're right.
so like they're not like properly testing this stuff before they implement it as DLC in the game, which
Yeah,
is kind of
yeah,
not the
yeah.
greatest.
Which is kind of true. Because C player players were saying like whenever they do a big update to the game, like in terms of like simulation stuff or like tweaking buildings or adding new buildings, they seem to fix 2 bugs and then add a new bug in, like 2 steps forward, 1 step back sort of thing. It's always in like a random step, like a random thing. It's like, why is this broken? So like, I think that just goes to show like what a weird state Cities Skylines 2 released in. It's like they're still trying to squash some arguably fundamental logistics bugs. It is a complicated game, and like Cities Skylines 2 like does have like aspects of multiple Cities Skylines 1 DLC bundled in with it. But yeah, I will, okay, I was gonna say like in terms of the update, I think it sucks. We got like a few updates for the Colossal Order to the end of the year, and I think as of January 2026, yeah, we switched over to the new team.
Mm.
Um, so I just want to like talk about some of the updates for Cities Skylines 2. Like it is more of a real game now. um, there's now proper like key when the game first released, there wasn't like any way to like have like proper um key walls like for like your waterfront stuff, which Cities Skylines 1 had. So that's now in the game. And like a couple of weeks ago, bikes were finally added. Although there's some issues with that, it's technically more complicated, but also limiting than Cities Skylines 1 bikes. But it is cool that it's in here regardless. But I think it might need some tweaking in terms of like
Oh,
how
so when they do
it
these
gets
creator
incentivized.
packs, the developer is the name of the person who made the pack. That's interesting.
Yeah, but I think the idea is that it's entirely made by these creators, and it's then just I assume the funds are shared between them. I don't know how that. I
Yeah,
don't know what the underlying agreement is.
people like this
But that's been going
supply
on for
chain as
like
one.
yes, that's interesting. So that adds like an extra game mechanic on top of it, where like you need to like have like certain industries
Bro,
like feed into it.
I'm getting TF2 flashbacks. That people are calling City Skylines 2 CS2, and I'm just like, bro,
Oh no, you don't do no.
no,
It's
not
cool.
City CS2 has a very different connotation to me.
Yeah, I just call it. I think most people I see call it cities too. It is like a really cumbersome name. Cities, Skylines too.
Hmm.
I mean, City Skylines itself are kind of cumbersome as well. Is that how do you shorten this? I mean, yeah, we've got bikes, and we recently, I think, like as of a few days ago, I want to say, and we've got the asset like creation and like and so mods can now have like totally new assets. You don't have to like use
And you've just got
what's in the
Cloud
game.
Lounge FM, a new radio station,
Yeah,
non-stop.
there's been lots of radio shows. I don't know. I was trying to think. So I think the only thing I'm really missing that. So I think the bike stuff needs some tweaking, but I think it's good that's like I think the bike stuff needs to be in the game 2 years ago. Personally, I don't quite know why it took so long. I know they've done it in a more complicated way, and maybe
Oh
there's more
yeah,
problems than they were expecting.
there was another thing with this was they didn't do Steam Workshop. They were like, we're going to do our own
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
which has its positives and its negatives, right?
So apparently, the biggest problem they were having was the like the mod limit that Steam has.
Yeah.
That was that was the biggest problem. I think we're in a much better state. I think people are much more happy with like the modding side. Like I think the bigger problem is like the launcher being an advert for other Paradox stuff. It's kind of stupid.
Hmm.
Like, can you not just like launch the game without it? That's what I would say. That should be an option. But I think it is. I actually do think I'm not. I think for like maps and smaller mods, Steam Workshop is great. I think for like proper, I don't want to. I don't want to actually make like a distinction between like, oh, you're not proper modding. I'm not saying it like that, but like, in terms of like complex, lots of mods and like load orders and like lots of like dependencies and, like, and making sure everything is loaded in properly. I don't think the Steam Workshop is great at handling that. And I'm actually this Paradox system actually looks pretty good from what I've seen. I have not modded Skylines 2 yet, but yeah, I mean, after all these updates and things, like I actually was thinking about playing Skylines 2 as well. Let's see like what state it was in. But one big thing I want them to change is like make pedestrian paths smaller and make it easier to have pedestrianized areas without having stupid road access limitations. Like, why does a park need road access? I don't understand. I don't get it. But it's just, yeah, there's stuff like that. It just kind of annoys me. But I guess arguably that's more minor. It's just I just want to make my little walkable areas connected by train. That's all I want.
You're gonna build a cyclist city where everywhere's bikes.
Yeah, that's a one limitation, and apparently this is a performance reason why they had to do this. Apparently people will only ride bikes if they can't ride or drive a car.
Okay.
I was like, I feel like the incentive system, like maybe like if you, I think by default that makes sense, but maybe it's like evolve over time. But apparently they had to do it like this to make the like the simulation decision making simpler to make the
Right.
performance not be completely awful apparently. But it does mean you have to do some weird. So apparently also at the moment it's like really easy to accidentally make Amsterdam or like and also possibly really annoying to
Accidentally
like
make whoops! I accidentally made Amsterdam.
yeah,
What do you
well,
mean?
all you have to do is like just put like all you have to do is get rid of all your car parking and just put
Yeah.
tons of bike parking everywhere, and people would just bike everywhere. And so and it's like I think the real life is much more nuanced than that. I don't think it's like quite. It's not capturing reality properly. Like it's not simulating it in a
It would be harder to pull
satisfying
people away
way.
from their cars.
Yeah, it should. I think there should be this pull. Like, oh, but we need cars to do this. But how do we have road access while we still have like pedestrian areas and bike areas? I've seen some really cool bike paths people have created, which looks really cool. So I'm happy with that. Oh, one DLC I want them to add from City Skylines 1. I can it is my favorite DLC by far for City Skylines 1, but I always underestimate how good it is. Our friend Skunwood Torps was playing City Skylines the other week, like one, and
Right.
and he was like, "It's the parks DLC, like making like custom parks." That is, in my opinion, absolutely critical. I think that really like I think that's makes pedestrian areas so much nicer and like makes making pretty cities actually have a mechanic. I think it's
Right.
such a cool idea.
How does
I
that
think that
work
needs to be
then?
in City Skylines too. That's what I'm looking for as like the final thing.
It's a
That could be a DLC. That's
it's
fine.
it's a DLC that comes with a bunch of prefabbed parks, or it's one that has like you design your own custom ones. How does it work?
So there's DLC for City Skylines 1, you can like zone, which is like a separate zone or anything. Like say like you can make like city zones, right? So this is like a separate zone on top of that where you can
Right.
zone a park area. You have to have an entrance to it, and then you'd have multiple entrances and exits. It doesn't matter, but you have to have at least one entrance, and then there's like a load of like special park assets you can put into the park, which then raises its attractiveness level, and then you can also have either free tickets, where it's like make it like a big park where it's like, oh, you have to come in with tickets, and I think as part of the DLC you can technically make it into like a you could specialize it into like a theme park thing. That might be another DLC. I might be like forgetting like how that combines. Um, but the idea is like because in Six Skylines 1 and 2, like there's like prefabricated parks you can place down. But I think being able to like make your own little parks in random like really odd spaces, and then you putting the assets in where you want, I think is much cooler, and I think is it just makes a huge difference to me. I think it's very important. I miss
Right.
it so much from City Skylines too. I think my favorite DLC of any game. Like I think it adds a lot. But yeah, I think I think I will play Skylines 2 again. Maybe I guess it'll be a Christmas podcast next. I guess so. Maybe then I can have extra thoughts on the state of Skylines 2. But
Yeah, it might be Game of the Year stuff. I'm not sure when we'll be doing it, but we'll see.
yeah,
Yeah.
so 2 weeks from. Oh yeah, because yeah, I don't know. We've got dates that are busy and stuff, right? As well.
Yeah. Hey, sometimes, bro. I don't know. Do you want to talk about the Steam Awards now?
Yeah, the Rage Bait Awards.
Yeah, I'm going to start from the bottom up, and
Okay.
you've got yours ready and done, right?
Yeah, I've got it loaded.
Right, so I've got the Sit Back and Relax Award. This game is an antidote to a busy day. It's smooth, it's relaxing, and lets your worries melt away. This game is your moment of zen. I voted for Power Wash Simulator 2. One of the most relaxing games I have. I love Power Wash.
Yep, I did the same.
Oh, you went Power Wash Simulator 2 as well.
Yeah, so I'm famous. I want to talk about this slightly actually. I'm famous. I'm not a massive fan of Power Wash Simulator 1.
Right.
But I think the you explaining the mechanic. I can't remember if we talked on the podcast or not, but like over Discord at least, but explaining the mechanics of Power Wash Simulator 2, and this to me seemed like a much more interesting, relaxing game to me. So
I like power washing. I've been power washing more. I was playing it yesterday. I was power washing some furniture.
Oh, that's nice.
I share your, your City Skylines stuff. You're saying I want it to more customization. Let me customize my home base more. I have like a tiny room where I'm allowed to put furniture, and they're not allowed to like clip with each other at all. So I can't put like stuff.
You got a guard?
Sorry.
Is there a guard, or is it just the interior?
It's just the interior. I wish I could put it in the garden.
Okay.
It can't block doorways. So you have this tiny area you can decorate. You can't put stuff on like shelves. You can't put stuff on over rugs. You can't put stuff on tables. It's just like it feels very restrictive at the minute. But I hope they change that up and do more stuff for that. But it's been pretty fun so far. The actual power washing stuff. Should we move on to the next one?
Yeah.
Outstanding Story-Rich Game Award. Some days, only a narrative-heavy game will hit the spot, and this one packs a wallop. It's as gripping as any soap opera and as well-tuned as a prestigious TV screenplay. Bravissimo for making us feel things. I've gone for Blueprints, based on the fact I was reading excerpts of Blueprints to you in that Tangerine video because I thought the writing was incredible in that game.
I actually forgot about Blueprints when I was looking through these actually. Okay, interesting.
What have you gone for here?
So I couldn't remember any story-rich games, but then there was Dispatch. I'd say that's a story.
Yeah, I
played it. I don't know. I watched you play the demo, wasn't it?
Yeah, I've played the demo for Dispatch, and it was pretty cool from what I played. It's like Telltale guy.
Yeah.
Telltale guys.
Cool. Most criticals in it. What's not to like?
Yeah, exactly.
Not my problem with these things. I've not played these games, so I'm kind of going by more.
Yeah, because the Steam Awards is it has to come out this year, and you have to.
Yeah.
In order to have knowledge of it, you kind of have to have played it, right? And then you
I
also
don't
had to
play
play it
games,
on
man.
Steam as well. Because I've been playing on the Switch 2 this year, so I'm like, well, I can't
play
Switch games.
I mean, if a game came out on the Switch 2 and Steam, like when you only play it on the Switch 2, obviously you can still like nominate it. But yeah. Like,
they ain't releasing Donkey Kong on the Steam. Let me tell you that.
Yeah.
Best soundtrack.
I wish they would.
Best Soundtrack Award. The Unsung Hero deserves to be recognized in this outstanding musical score. It's the OST with the most. I think the Promise Mascot Agency OST is fucking sick. I listen to this all the time. There's some great songs on this.
Yeah. I think I went for I feel like a lot of people are going to go for this one. Claire Obscure Expedition 33.
I can't bring myself to vote for French music. I can't believe you would pick this.
Yeah, I wasn't going to, but it's like again, Scorn Retorts was played and completed it, and it's like usually, I actually really like the music. But I've heard it in the background while watching a couple of streams. I've never like properly listened to it. I was like, oh yeah, some really nice, I guess orchestral like stuff Like it's like some really powerful stuff in there. So
Well,
yeah, okay, I would like that.
what I like about the Promise Mascot Agency is that it's very like, what's the word, like Japanese sounding, but it's made by a bunch of people from the UK.
Yeah.
But there's a Promise Lost or Promises Found, as it's called. But they have like this Japanese woman called Noz who comes on and sings on the song, and it adds this very like Japanese feel to it. I like. There's like Tanuki Beat is another song that I really like from the soundtrack. A really cool like little soundtrack.
That's a great name.
Yeah. It's this is weird like Japanese soundtrack that is not made by Japanese people. I like the vibe of it. Next one up is Best Game You Suck At Award. This game that rewards persistence and is not for the faint of heart is the toughest game we've ever loved. I put Nubby's Number Factory because I'm always doing sun builds in Nubby's Number Factory and dying.
Sun builds.
But I love Nubby's Number Factory. You know what, Tony? This year, I really wish you could nominate games that didn't come out this year because I would have nominated Street Fighter 6. Because I fucking love Street Fighter 6 and I am fucking awful at Street Fighter 6.
Yeah.
So, what have you gone for here?
This one I struggle with. So after my realization last year, like what I interpreted the award to be as like a game that's fun to fail at.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't quite know what that would be, and because of some of the other stuff I tried, I didn't want to have. I can't remember what the rule on duplicates was like for Steam Awards, but because some of them I seemed good, that might be because it was like Steam Deck.
I think I have a duplicate on some of these,
but I don't think I know enough to play it. But I put Path of Exile 2 down. I don't know if it's actually a good or not, but that's what I put. And it's locked in now.
I definitely am very bad at PoE 2 from the times, or PoE 1 from the times I've launched. I've been like, what the fuck is going on in this game?
I don't know when I want. I don't know. I don't know. I might actually look at trying to actually play Path of Exile 2. Like I'm actually interested in. I just need to just do it. I can't remember. What was is it like? Could you play it for free? Like, I can't remember the state of like what you need to do to get.
So it's an early access, and until they fully launch the game, you have to buy it to get into the early access. But it will be free to play when it fully launches.
So it's technically an early access at the moment. Yeah, I thought there was something weird about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's another reason why this is a weird choice. But I honestly couldn't
think of anything else.
Yeah, I could have skipped it. That wasn't a valid option.
Most Innovative Gameplay Award. The designers of this game are from the front lines of creative experimentation, bringing a fresh perspective and brain-breaking surprises. This game delighted, inspired, and entertained with newness never played before. I went for Blueprints because it's fucking incredibly designed. It's a narrative deck-building puzzle game that has interconnected narrative puzzles. It like meta progression through puzzles. I think it's great.
Yeah. I forgot about Blueprints. I wish I'd put that now. I can justify what I put, but I should tell you what you said. I put Hades too because like the way you're describing the mechanics like really interested me.
Right.
It's like, oh, that's really cool. Maybe not the most. I don't know. Like I actually struggle with like the term most innovative. It's like, wait, so is it like, does it need to be like completely left field and completely different, like Blueprints? Or can it be, in this case, I think it's like taking something that's already existed and then changing it up and then adding stuff on top of it. And doing more, which is maybe not, I don't know. To me, that's still fine, think like, but I can understand
like if I was going to think of like historic like games that I would nominate for this, I would think of games like PUBG. I would think of games like Vampire Survivors, stuff that just came out and is like, oh my god, now this is a whole new genre of game.
Well, I guess kind of like Balatro as well.
Yeah, Balatro. I think I nominated Balatro last year, potentially.
Yeah, I think, I don't know, maybe I get too stuck on like the specifics and like
Joker Poker
improvement over a previously known thing. Maybe I'm stuck on that.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe mine's more of a nuance.
Outstanding Visual Style Award. Visual style doesn't aspire to real-world graphic fidelity, though it's a noble goal in itself. It describes a distinctive look and a feel that suffuses an entire game. I went for Five Hearts Under One Roof 2 because there's some beautiful Korean woman.
I think that's valid.
Yeah.
I think there's artistry
Actually,
in how they
again,
clothe themselves, how they
I'll
show themselves.
I'll have to talk about
films.
Five Hearts Under One Roof 2 at some point.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
it just blows me away how much better than this is than every single other dating FMV game I've played. Like, they actually understand how to shoot with a camera.
Yeah.
Like, and make good shots and scenes and have storyboards. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, they actually like because they run the YouTube channel Milk Films, and they understand like how to shoot things and make them look good.
Yeah, there's definitely artistry and visual style to that. Like, it's not. You go, oh, there's just some videos put together. It's like no. There's artistry in that itself. So yeah,
and
that's fair.
And Nurse Bang is best girl. There it is.
Nurse Bang.
Yeah, Gyuri Bang, the nurse who looks after you after a tragic accident. You get hit by a car at the start of Five Hearts.
Oh no!
As you're handing out flyers for your home that needs people to come and rent it.
Oh yeah, I forgot that was the whole point of it. Yeah.
But Min Young is back. Mal Suk is back, and everyone's favorite Gran is back. Donggun Gran.
Yeah, that's she's my favorite for sure. Not for the reasons other people liked her for, oddly, I found.
Right.
But anyway, I put. Just looking through, like, what did I think visually looked good? I did not think of That's Under One Roof 2. I put Hollow Knight Silk Song. When I voted for it, I just finished watching a video like they actually like broke down like how the how the backgrounds and scenes were like being like written to like to the screen effectively like through the graphics card, like what the actual command calls were. I was like, oh, this is very interesting. And it's then kind of showed just like, oh, like, I don't know, I think maybe just the art of like that they like showed like a scene like it's like black and white stage, and just like the maps and sort of thing, and then like the layers, and something that then like big splotches of color then get applied and like effects on top of it. It's like, oh, that's really cool. And it's like when I see people play it, they kind of go through it quite quickly, but like because this video of like looking like at the visuals, like it was like just like staying in a spot for a long period of time. It's like, oh, you know what? That looks really cool. I really like that. I really feel this aesthetic. I think it's really well executed. I think it.
We have the
nice effects, or less like particle effects.
Better with Friends award. There are some games out there that just aren't the same when you play by yourself. Maybe you need to have fun to watch your back. Maybe you need to have a friend that will stab you in the back. Either way, fun is awaiting those who gather friends together to play this game. I vote for Marvel Rivals because it came out in December of last year, so it's eligible for the Steam Awards. And I've been playing a lot of Marvel Rivals this year with my friends, so put that one up there.
Yeah, I was thinking of adding Marvel Rivals. I don't know what my. I'm not sure why I chose this actually. I put Split Fiction down.
Yeah,
what was my reasoning?
It came out.
It came out. I know for a fact that you need to play it with friends.
Yeah, that's true.
But I don't know. I don't know how.
It's not like Joseph Farah's. It's not like Joseph Farah's other game, Brother: A Tale of Two Sons, where you have to play it by yourself.
It's play it by. I know the remaster you can play with two people. Don't. That's wrong.
I could see that.
Yeah. I think I just find it a bit tricky because I don't play multiplayer games.
Best game on Steam Deck award. This game was so good you wanted to take it everywhere, so you grabbed your Steam Deck and did luckily everything that made it endlessly playable at your desk even better on the go. I vote for Pipistrella and the Cursed Yo-Yo because I literally played this on my Steam Deck. I was playing it around a friend's house, and I was like, oh, it's a good little Metroidvania Yo-Yo Game Boy Advance looking game. It's pretty cool, and it was fun on my Steam Deck.
Yeah, I've
played like an hour of it, but I did play it. The thing is, this year, whenever I'm like, oh, I need to go and sit in the like dentist's office for like 10 minutes, I've just been picking up my Switch this year.
It's smaller than the Steam Deck, right?
Yeah, the thing is, like, because with the Steam console coming out, people being like, it's not powerful enough, and people being like, Steam Deck 2 needs to be 10 times more powerful than the Steam Deck. I need it to be like a.
Nah.
My dream Steam Deck 2 would be smaller
Yeah.
and lighter. I don't need it to be any more
I agree.
powerful. I just want to play 2D
I
indie
agree.
games on it. I don't care about playing AAA games.
Yeah, if it could be the same power but in a smaller package, like that would also then mean it'd be more efficient, but then smaller battery. That's the same. Yeah, I would actually argue that would be better. Maybe it'd be more powerful in a docked mode or something, and then on the go it can be.
But just like carrying around the Switch
lighter and
rather than the Steam Deck,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, this is so much more portable.
Yeah.
What was your choice?
I think it seems like it's fine. It's just that the Switch is much better.
Did you do one for the best Steam Deck?
Oh, I did. I decided that Silksong would be great to play on the Steam Deck. No idea. It looked like it would be.
I think Hades 2 would probably be good to play on the Steam Deck as well, but I just played on my PC. I didn't play on the Steam Deck.
The problem I would have with that, I would have read Hades 2 too many times.
Right. What's next after this? Labor of Love Award. This game has been out for a while. This team is well past the debut of their creative baby. Being the good parents they are, these devs continue to nurture and support their creation. This game, to this day, is still getting new content after all these years. I put Half-Life 2 here because we literally just had the anniversary update for Half-Life 2. And Valve has been supporting this game for so fucking long. It's insane. I feel like it deserves some recognition, Half-Life 2. Like, this game's incredible. One of my favorite games of all time.
Well, one thing I did realize that was good about this award, older games that have already won can't win it again, right?
Yeah.
It's thank God for that. But I feel like I'm still gonna be annoyed when the final thing comes out. I went for a completely different one. I forgot I was playing this a little bit. And an update came out this year with new content I wasn't expecting. It's Terra Nymph.
Oh yeah, the genital jousting guys. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the genital jousting guys. The Heatwave update came out. So playing it, I loaded it up again now, like because I think it's one of the tasks, right, to play a game that you're invited for. And so you know what? Now's a great time to try some more Terra Nymph. They've changed it. They've added some sort of photo system, so I no longer have 100% of the previous maps I completed. I don't know what's going on there.
They scammed you.
I've been scammed, and that's 75%.
These guys have done the anti-labor of love with this update. You know? We fucked Tony's achievements update, you know.
I let them off. They add giraffes to the game, and then like a whole new biome.
Fair enough.
But I don't know what the photo stuff did because I didn't go back and do it. I did not get far enough into one mission to get to the photo stuff. I don't quite understand the photo stuff, which may be good or bad. I don't know. But the rest look pretty good. I love Terra Nymph. I think it's a really cool. I just love. I just love the mechanical thinking of like restoring it. It's just really fun.
From the guys who bought you Cricket Through the Ages, I think that's another game they made. Was that the Three Lives?
Was it the publisher of Omnibus?
Yeah, I watched the Devolver Digital game, and they were like, from the publishers of Omnibus, and I'm like, bro, nobody remembers Omnibus. Like, I'm one of the few people in the world who remembers Omnibus.
I wonder if that's the joke. No one knows this game.
I'm probably one of the people in the world who's played Omnibus.
Yeah, that's probably right.
Next up, we have VR Game of the Year. I skipped this because I have not played a single VR game this year.
I mean, VR games for now, do they exist anymore?
I saw a Thief VR game just came out on Steam.
Okay.
I can't.
Yeah, I just yeah.
Gorn 2 came out this year, actually, from the developers of Genital Jousting, Terra Nymph, and Gorn 1.
Okay.
I don't know if that's any good.
Interesting. Yeah.
You have to get Steam Link, Tony, and Steam Frame, and play some VR games.
I don't know. I think I need to be excited for VR again. I still do want to play Half-Life Alyx.
I think I'm kind of jaded on VR now until they.
Yeah.
I think the next thing that would get me interested in VR is when they're like glasses you put on rather than a headset, because I'm so tired of headsets. They're too heavy.
That's fine, but like,
I'm old.
There's no like.
Give me lighter handhelds. Give me lighter headsets.
Yeah. I think making easier
I'm
like
68
less
according to
fatigue and all
Spotify.
these
I'm an old
things.
man.
68. But I would still argue that I think a lot of the problem is new experiences and software being made for them. I think that's still a big problem.
Yeah.
I think we don't have enough
Valve dropped the
developers
best VR game of all
doing it.
time, and
Yeah,
then they left. They just walked away.
yeah, exactly.
No one could
I
ever
just
top
feel
them.
like we need. If there are good experiences, I think you could put up with the current hardware.
I don't think you need good experiences. I think you need good games.
Yeah. I think some people that
experiences.
might not be a game itself. I was just keeping it broad. I just think in a lot of devices, you need a killer app or
Apparently, there
killer
was
apps.
a good Deadpool game that came out, but it's on the MetaQuest
Oh, okay.
3
Oh, okay.
only.
Yeah.
So the Meta makes VR games still, and Capcom makes VR games for Resident Evil only on the PlayStation.
Oh yeah, yeah. I believe yeah.
And then we have our Game of the Year award. Maybe it's immersive gameplay, its gripping story, its well-crafted, immaculate design, or addictive multiplayer. Whatever the reason, the winner of this year's Game of the Year award is an instant classic. I have gone for Hades 2 as my Game of the Year.
I've also done the same.
You've gone for Hades 2 as well, have you?
Yes.
I was struggling on it. I mean, on any day, I could flip between Blueprints and Hades 2 for my Steam Game of the Year. But I think, I just think Hades 2 is such a mechanically tight game, while also being so incredibly well crafted in terms of its.
I'm so surprised it's as good, if not better, than Hades 1. I thought it might be.
Yeah, I think mechanically, I think it's better than Hades 1. I think story wise, I kind of prefer Hades 1, but I still think I really enjoyed a lot of the characters in Hades 2. And I highly recommend Hades 2. I've played 90 hours of it. I just keep being okay, what's a new build that I can do with this?
Yeah.
It's always fun to just pick a weapon, pick up some different boons, and just experiment. And yeah, it's so fucking fun.
You can combine lots of stuff together. There's things you thought would crash. So
it's just this weapon sucks, and then I use this boon. And I'm like, wait, this weapon's OP. In the span of two sentences.
Oh, yeah. I think it's really cool that being able to combine that together. That's impressive.
I love the mechanics of Hades without going into spoilers, but there is just it's nice to see other locations. It's nice to see from a spellcaster perspective, the more witch-based stuff, rather than just the sword and shield stuff, the bindings, the infusions, that sort of stuff. It's really, it looks gorgeous, great looking game. I could understand if you said Hades 2 was your best looking game.
I was for that one. I do.
There's some pools in some of the levels, and you have this reflection from the moon. It's oh, this looks great.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my Game of the Year award. But I cannot nominate games that are not on the Switch, so you have to wait and see for my actual Game of the Year whether it changes or not.
Yeah. I think as well as our stuff is not based on. Well, I guess we kind of have both, right? We have games that have released this year, just we've played this year.
Yeah. That will do us for the end of the podcast. You can check us out youtube.com/@everythinginbetweenpodcast, twitch.tv/Scorn if you want to watch live, and shows.cast.com/everything-in-between-podcast if you want to listen to the audio only version. And we will see you next time. Will it be in 2 weeks? Will it be in a month? We just wait and find out.
Don't know.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.